So this is La Sfera, which is a sphere sculpture that we made for clients in Italy. Initially, the clients invited me to the site to get a feel for the space and the landscape and the building. So I sat and sketched for a couple of days and sort of starting to germinate ideas about what the sculpture might look like and what the textures might be on it that would be appropriate. And then the tree, this was a fallen tree in Petworth Park that we made the sculpture from. So we took the clients to see it, so they've got an understanding of where the material has come from and start to build up a relationship with that tree, with that wood. And then there's a process of extracting the tree, bringing it back to the studio. The whole log came back to the studio, so we made several pieces from that tree, one of which was La Sfera. So the template goes on and gets gradually rotated around the log to reveal the sphere. After that, it's about exposing the annual rings so we can see what's there, to get a good surface to bring into focus the annual rings and any knots. So we invited the clients to come and just look at that surface for me to talk through differences that might express very dry summers, or where the outset of a branch growing, where timber is compressed and pushes the grain around. These are things that would inform the end result. So yeah, then it comes inside the building and I start to mark it out, and that process might take a good few days or maybe even a week to mark it out following the annual rings. And then a process using only hand tools to carve all those annual rings, and the dilemmas that you get between a branch meeting the main heart. Artistically, you've got decisions to make. The tree is giving you most of the information, but some of it you have to kind of negotiate. And then raising it to a good working height. Once it's finished here, it then becomes oiled, so there's a protection, slow down the drying rate, and also a bit of protection as it's travelling. And then put into position in site with the help of M-Tech, using mobile gantry with lifting block and tackle. So we could position it within the planting bed on its plinth accurately, getting the right angle for catching the details at the right time of the day, sort of the setting sun or the sun coming up in the morning. And then watching it become part of the landscape, not a sculpture dropped from outer space into a garden setting, but it being part and parcel of people's experience of walking through there. And hopefully, because of having been to the site from the outset, the whole thing worked together because it had been carefully thought through from start to finish.